Ask Madeleine McCann case. Shocking updates and new evidence in 2025. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann continues to be one of the most disturbing and widely followed cases in modern criminal history. After 18 years of relentless investigation, the case took a dramatic turn in 2025, with developments that may finally bring answers to one of the greatest family tragedies of the 21st century. The 3-year-old British girl disappeared on May 3, 2007, during family holidays at the Praia da Luz resort in Portugal, leaving a permanent scar on the global public consciousness. Urban new searches and emerging evidence in 2025. The year 2025 marked a significant turning point in the investigation of the Madeleine McCann case. A new search was launched near a farmhouse previously used by the main suspect, representing one of the most concentrated investigative efforts in recent years. The new searches were conducted at the request of German authorities investigating Christian Brueckner, a convicted rapist suspected of killing Madeleine. This operation was not an isolated effort, but part of an internationally coordinated investigative strategy. Up to 100 Portuguese police officers supported German detectives as they initiated a new round of detailed searches in the mysterious case. The scale of this operation demonstrates the seriousness with which authorities are treating the new leads that have emerged. Teams of forensic investigators scoured a hillside just meters from where the main German suspect in the British girl's murder had been. This geographical proximity is not coincidental, but the result of years of meticulous investigation that has finally begun to connect crucial dots in the disappearance timeline. Breeze, the main suspect, Christian Brueckner. Christian Brueckner has emerged as the central figure in the modern investigation of the Madeleine McCann case. In June 2020, German prosecutors declared they possess concrete evidence that Christian Brueckner killed McCann. This revolutionary statement marked the first time authorities expressed such a level of certainty about the perpetrator's identity. Brueckner is serving a prison sentence for the rape of an American tourist, demonstrating a pattern of violent criminal behavior in the same region where Madeleine disappeared. In 2019, he was convicted for the 2005 rape of a 72-year-old American woman in Praia da Luz, Portugal, for which he is serving 7 years in Senda prison. With release scheduled for September 2025, the temporal proximity of Brueckner's release adds urgency to current investigations. He is scheduled to be released in September 2025, creating a critical window for authorities to finalize their investigations and potentially file formal charges. Brueckner, who according to German media had a series of previous convictions, including for sexual crimes, assault and theft before being convicted of rape, worked as a handyman during his 10 years in the Algarve. This prolonged presence in the region provides ample opportunity and local knowledge that could have facilitated the crime. Disturbing evidence discovered. The most shocking discoveries of 2025 include previously unrevealed evidence that paints a dark picture of Brueckner's activities. A cache of chilling evidence in the paedophile lair of Madeleine McCann, suspect Christian Brueckner, was discovered for the first time. This evidence, found on digital storage devices, offers disturbing insights into the main suspect's mentality and activities. The specific nature of this evidence remains under investigative secrecy, but sources close to the investigation suggest that the discovered material significantly strengthens the case against Brueckner. A witness in the Madeleine McCann case claims that the suspect in her kidnapping confessed to the crime while drunk, adding direct testimony to the physical evidence already collected. Challenges in evidence preservation. Despite the advances, the investigation faces significant challenges related to evidence preservation over nearly 2 decades. However, no publicly confirmed new DNA evidence has emerged. It is unclear how much viable biological material still exists or if it was properly preserved. This reality underlines the inherent difficulties of working with evidence from an 18-year-old case. Forensic experts recognize that DNA preservation techniques from 2007 were significantly less advanced than current standards. Experts believe there is still a chance to extract information that could tip the scales in favor of prosecution, demonstrating how modern scientific advances can revitalize seemingly impossible cases. Through the McCann family's perspective, the McCann family maintains unwavering hope after nearly 2 decades of anguish. Kate and Jerry express that we have to believe that one day we will know, and describe how living in limbo is still very unsettling. With the absence still hurting, this moving statement illustrates the lasting emotional impact that Madeleine's disappearance continues to have on the family. It's been 17 years since Madeleine was taken from us. It's hard to even say that number without shaking our heads in disbelief. The family continues operating the findmadeleine.com website, keeping hope and public awareness about the case alive. The dignity and perseverance of the McCann family over the years has become inspiration for other families facing similar tragedies. Their refusal to give up, even in the face of occasional public criticism, demonstrates extraordinary strength in impossible circumstances. International cooperation and investigative efforts. The Madeleine McCann case represents a unique example of international cooperation in criminal investigation. Police in Germany, Portugal, and the United Kingdom have found little solid evidence after nearly 2 decades investigating McCann's disappearance. But this continued collaboration keeps the case alive when many other cold cases would be archived. The most recent searches by German investigators and Portuguese officials were conducted in the country in 2023 near the Barragem do Arad reservoir, about 30 miles from Praia da Luz. These operations demonstrate how authorities continue following all possible leads, no matter how tenuous they may seem. Coordination between different jurisdictions presents unique challenges, from legal differences to varying investigative protocols. However, the high-profile nature of the case and the personal commitment of many investigators have kept this cooperation functioning effectively. Technological impact on modern investigation. The McCann case perfectly illustrates how technological advances can transform cold investigations. Techniques that were science fiction in 2007 are now standard investigative tools. Degraded DNA analysis, genetic genealogy, and digital forensic analysis offer possibilities that simply did not exist when Madeleine disappeared. The application of artificial intelligence and machine learning to cold case data is revolutionizing how investigators approach old evidence. Patterns invisible to human analysis can now be identified by sophisticated algorithms, potentially revealing crucial connections that have been missed for years. Digital metadata analysis, mobile device tracking, and online activity reconstruction offer powerful tools for mapping suspect movements and activities. These technologies are particularly relevant in the Brueckner case, given his extensive history in the region and likely use of digital technology. And legal and jurisdictional developments. The legal aspect of the McCann case is extraordinarily complex, involving multiple jurisdictions with different legal systems. Brueckner received arguido status from Portuguese authorities on April 22, 2022, formalizing his position as an official suspect in the investigation. He was tried in 2024 in relation to 5 unrelated sexual crimes committed in Portugal between 2000 and 2017, and acquitted of these charges by a court in Braunschweig on October 8, 2024. This acquittal on unrelated charges does not directly affect the McCann case, but demonstrates the legal complexities involving the main suspect. The question of where to file formal charges remains complicated. German prosecutors have expressed confidence in their evidence, but formal charges against Brueckner by the court in Braunschweig have been delayed due to confusion about where his last address in Germany was and, therefore, which German court has jurisdiction. Udby's criminal profile analysis. Christian Brueckner's criminal profile presents patterns consistent with crimes against children. His prolonged presence in the Algarve region, combined with a history of violent sexual crimes, creates a compelling suspect profile. Criminal behavior experts identify several characteristics that align with the typical profile of predators who target tourists. The choice of tourist victims offers several advantages for criminals: less familiarity with the local area, limited support systems, and investigations potentially complicated by multiple jurisdictions. The Madeleine McCann case embodies all these elements, making it a perfect crime from an experienced predator's perspective. And boom! Social and media context. The Madeleine McCann case has transcended typical criminal investigation to become a global cultural phenomenon. Intensive media coverage, while maintaining public awareness, has also created unique challenges for investigators. Conspiracy theories, public speculation, and constant media pressure have complicated legitimate investigative efforts. The social media era has transformed how high-profile cases are discussed and analyzed publicly. Online amateur detectives, though well-intentioned, sometimes interfere with official investigations or spread incorrect information that complicates police work. Lessons for future investigations. The McCann case offers valuable lessons for future child disappearance investigations. The importance of meticulous crime scene preservation, effective international cooperation, and application of emerging technologies are all demonstrated by this long-running investigation. Investigative persistence, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles, is another crucial element. Many cold cases are solved not by revolutionary discoveries, but by methodical and persistent investigative work over years or decades. Impact on tourist safety practices. Madeleine McCann's disappearance fundamentally altered how families approach safety during international travel. Resorts and tourist destinations have implemented enhanced security protocols, especially related to child supervision and common area monitoring. Awareness about predators who specifically target tourists has led to better communication systems between local authorities and tourism organizations. Training for resort staff now frequently includes recognition of suspicious behavior and protocols for rapid emergency response. By the role of advanced forensic technology. The application of cutting-edge forensic technology to the McCann case demonstrates the potential of modern science to breathe new life into cold cases. Techniques such as advanced DNA profiling, digital forensics, and behavioral analysis offer tools that were unimaginable when Madeleine disappeared. Genetic genealogy, which has revolutionized cold case investigations worldwide, presents particular promise for the McCann case. This methodology uses public DNA databases to identify potential suspects through family connections, offering a new avenue for investigation that could bypass traditional evidence limitations. Into the psychological impact on investigators, the prolonged nature of the McCann investigation has taken a significant psychological toll on the investigators involved. Many officers have dedicated years or even decades of their careers to this case, developing personal investments in finding answers that go beyond professional duty. This emotional investment, while potentially beneficial for maintaining investigative momentum, also creates challenges. Investigators must balance personal commitment with objective analysis, ensuring that their desire to solve the case doesn't lead to tunnel vision or confirmation bias. Media evolution and case coverage. The Madeleine McCann case has witnessed the evolution of media coverage from traditional print and broadcast journalism to the social media age. This transformation has both positive and negative implications for the investigation. While increased awareness keeps the case in the public eye, It also generates noise that can complicate legitimate investigative efforts. The rise of true crime podcasts, documentaries, and online discussion forums has created new platforms for case analysis and theory development. While some of this content provides valuable insights, it can also perpetuate misinformation or interfere with ongoing investigations. But international legal cooperation challenges. The multi-jurisdictional nature of the McCann case highlights both the potential and limitations of international legal cooperation. While authorities from Germany, Portugal, and the United Kingdom have maintained unprecedented collaboration, differences in legal systems, evidence standards, and procedural requirements create ongoing challenges. These challenges are particularly relevant as the case potentially moves toward formal charges and prosecution. Ensuring that evidence collected under one legal system will be admissible in another requires careful coordination and planning. Conclusion and future expectations. The developments of 2025 in the Madeleine McCann case potentially represent the most significant advancement since the original disappearance. The combination of newly discovered evidence, advanced investigative technology, and renewed international cooperation creates the most promising environment for resolution in nearly 2 decades. With Christian Brueckner's scheduled release in September 2025, there exists a critical window for authorities to finalize their investigations and potentially file formal charges. This temporal urgency adds significant pressure, but also focus to current investigative activities. The application of modern forensic science to evidence preserved for 18 years offers possibilities that were unthinkable when Madeleine disappeared. Advanced DNA techniques, digital forensic analysis, and genetic genealogy provide powerful tools that may finally provide the answers the McCann family and the world have been seeking. For Kate and Gerry McCann, 2025 may finally be the year their relentless search for truth and justice reaches conclusion. Regardless of the final outcome, their courage and persistence in the face of unimaginable tragedy serve as testimony to the strength of parental love and the importance of never giving up hope. The Madeleine McCann case continues to be more than a criminal investigation. It is a symbol of human capacity to persevere in the face of adversity and a reminder of the importance of protecting the most vulnerable in our society. The answers may finally be within reach, offering hope not only for the McCann family, but for all families facing similar tragedies around the world.